You wear contacts.
I put my contacts in just fine with my nails.
All right.
She can put them on your nails too.
Oh.
And we are here for you.
Alright, I quit.
Welcome back. Welcome back. All
We
right.
live already, Deuce?
We are live. We are live on YouTube. All right. Welcome. Save it for the booth. I feel kind of weird. It's been so long.
A long time. We live.
Are you looking for the hottest podcast out? We talk about relationships, trending topics, black culture. I'm always ready, goddammit. Save it for the booth, baby. Let's go.
Like this before.
Hey. Let's go. Who?
Shy and stuff and not really saying too like real timid and alright.
It's a different day. It's a new day.
I see
Evolution.
All right. Who we got in the booth? We got a full booth today. We got a full booth. We got Cocaine. Welcome back.
What up? How y'all doing?
How you doing? We got KJ.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. Punk, of course. What's good, Punk?
What's good?
What's going on? And V-Chat.
Hey.
Oh, okay. How's everybody doing today? How you guys feeling? Good. Everybody refreshed?
Feeling amazing. Yeah.
Anything new in anybody's lives? Since the last time we seen you about a year ago?
The beach at?
I got a new tattoo.
All right, moving on.
Got a new job today. Offered a new. I accepted the new job today.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, that's about it.
Punk, what you got going on?
Chilling. Family.
Investments.
But we'll get into that stuff later.
Oh, okay. Let's get into it, KJ. Well, this is our first time seeing you, KJ. But anything new going on?
Boo thing.
Oh, a little boo
I
thing.
love boo things.
Hey, we love to talk about boo things on here.
We do.
Cocaine. What you got? What's going on?
I'm out of house.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Y'all want to get right into it?
Yep.
Right into it. All right. What we got here? When you elevate, do you expect your partner to elevate in those same areas?
No.
Can you expound?
We just not the same person. I can't expect you to elevate in every area that I do. Because we're not the same people. That might not be your thing, your forte, or whatever. However much I'm investing into these areas, you might not invest that same time into.
What do you think, B-Chat?
I kind of agree. Like, we can just kind of be on different paths. I expect for you to be working on something, working towards something, but you necessarily don't have to be on the same path or doing the same things that I'm doing.
Cocaine?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both.
This is weird.
I think we just getting warmed up a little
Yeah, we
bit.
just
I
getting
mean,
warmed
I
up.
know for me, I need to get a little warmed up. It's definitely been a while for me, but no, I agree. I think that we both should be elevating towards something, but just because I'm elevating towards a specific thing doesn't mean that my partner has to be. But I would like for my partner to be working towards something. I would like for us both to be elevating and trying to move forward and grow in different areas. We're different people. We don't have to grow at the same time. We don't have to be going towards the same things, but I would like for us to both be trying to push forward to something in our lives.
Ooh, somebody's phone is ringing. I guess that might be the newbie there. That might be the newbie.
She was stiff too, like.
And right when it was about to be her turn to speak.
It's my mama, too.
Mama need to chill and call somebody else. You can't answer right now.
Well,
What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like, okay, if I'm elevating or doing something, I feel like what I'm doing may encourage my other half or whoever is around me to maybe think about what they may or may not be doing. It might get them to do something different. So I'm not saying it has to be the same thing that I'm doing, but if they see me doing something, they might say, hey, well, she's kind of trying to do something good, so let me think about what I'm doing over here. Thinking maybe it could be an encouragement for that person, more so.
Yeah, we all agreeing on this one. I agree with the encouraging your partner. So here's my thing: if I'm elevating in a certain area, no, I don't expect you to elevate in that same area, but I do expect some type of acknowledgement or some type of balance, right? So if I'm going hard, let's say I'm putting in extra hours, I'm working 12-hour days, and it's just certain things that I would hope that you would kind of pick me up in some areas, because clearly I'm going to lack on the household work sometimes, or just in certain areas. So I think it's more like a balance type of thing. Like, we both want to be elevating, correct? That's just from my perspective, I want myself and my partner to be elevating, but it doesn't have to be in the exact same areas. So go ahead, Cocaine. Go ahead.
I almost just lost that
Go
thought.
ahead.
Actually, I did. Hold on, give me a second. Because I was going to say, so if I have a partner that I do see, just based off of what you said, and my partner is working 12 hours, or, he out here grinding, and to KJ's point, as far as it being encouraging, it would encourage me. Like, if I see him out here, doing his thing, then, it's going to make me want to do more with myself. But that's just me. That's the type of person that I am. Like, he's out here getting it, so I'm not going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs and not do anything. I'm also going to want to get out here and grind too. It will motivate me to do it without him even having to say anything. But also, to your other point, as far as like the balance part, you might have a partner that is working a lot of hours and doing things, especially if y'all live together. I do believe that the other half can pick up, where the other person may be lacking, whether it's stuff around the house, whether it's bills, or just sending those simple reminders about certain things that need to be done. So that balance part, I do believe, is very important, in the relationship. And when you talk about elevating, if one person is doing something and the other person isn't, you just create that balance so that it just continues to work together.
Any other comments?
I feel like if you're just doing you and just doing, what you would normally do, it's not, you're not forcing that on that person. You're just basically being yourself. And if a person feels like you're gonna make them feel like they should be doing it, then it's like, okay, now you're making me do this, versus me just seeing you and saying, oh, okay, let me get something together here, or let me get myself together. Yeah. They might have been thinking about it all along, but it just took the other person to be doing something to pull it out of that other person.
Yeah, that's like you said, it's encouraging. Yeah. It can encourage your partner, or even your friends, the people that you hang around. You see your friends doing certain things, it should, or it may encourage, the people around you to want, or inspire them to want to do something more or do something else.
Oops, I don't got my camera on. Have you ever encountered a situation where you felt like you elevated yourself and you lost people that was close around you?
Yeah. But for me, it wasn't about like, it wasn't about anything like goal oriented. It was more about my spirituality, or my salvation and things like that. I lost a lot of friends because they weren't with it, and I understand, but I'm not going to force nothing on anybody. This is just what I'm doing. If you're not interested, that's fine. If you don't want to be friends with me because I might not be a certain way anymore, then that's fine too. So I'll say that I've lost a lot of friends because of that. But other than that, it is what it is.
How you feel, Pump?
Yeah. Yeah, you lose people when you elevating, if they're not. and it depends on how they looking at the way you elevating, and sometimes it's you think about if the person was really a friend, like depending on why would you feel some way about me elevating, like that's whatever aspect of my life that is, like that's just weird, like I don't know, it come off kind of jealous and like you envy me, you know, you just got these ill feelings towards me already, so I don't know if it's really like you losing a friend. It's, you know.
But is it ill feelings towards you, or is it an insecurity within themselves?
Yeah, but that's making you project these ill feelings towards me. So whatever you got going on with yourself, I can't control how you display that outwardly, and then how that makes me feel. That's something you got to deal with on your own.
What you think of it, Chet?
No, I completely agree. Like, it's just moving forward in life and just kind of doing things like going through the motions of life. You just lose people along the way. Sometimes it could be for no reason. Sometimes it could be because of jealousy, envy, or an insecurity that they have. But it's almost like it's just like a part of life. But when you have solid ones around you, you don't have to worry about that. So, you know, it just kind of is what it is.
Have you experienced that cocaine? Did I already ask you that?
No, you didn't ask me, but
Have you experienced that, like leveling up, and then all of a sudden, people close to you, maybe are distancing themselves, or not reaching out, or not interested in what you got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I've experienced that a lot, and to KJ's point, you know, when you are on a different journey, especially a spiritual journey, you know, it can be difficult for you to keep friends. It can be difficult for you to keep certain relationships in general because you're going in a different direction, you know, and sometimes it just makes that partnership tough to keep because, you know, you're walking differently and they're walking differently, and sometimes there's certain things that you don't want to do anymore, you don't want to involve yourself in anymore, and you begin to separate yourself. So, I mean, I've experienced that a lot, and I mean, to what Punk said and V-Chat said, you know, it could be jealousy and or envy. And in my experience, I've had the experience of just the unknown. You know, I have lost friendships for reasons that I absolutely have no idea about, but I always take it to, you know, they just weren't meant to go with me where I was going next. And I just kind of leave it at that. You know, there are some friendships that I've had where I've questioned it and wanted to have conversations about it. But sometimes it's just like, you know, when God removes people away from you, you just have to let it be what it is and not try to force things. Because like V-Chat said, you know, when you have solid ones around you, you don't have to worry about certain things like that. And or, you know, we both can come together and have a conversation. And if that can't happen, then obviously they weren't solid anyway. Yeah. So you just let it be what it is.
Or they was never your friends.
Yeah.
All right. I love the maturity. It's nice and calm in here.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Starting off a great conversation. I missed this, you all. All right, well, let's get into something Punk sent me. Let's get him riled up a little bit.
He said it was too calm for him. I love the calm.
No, well, we gotta start calm. I am the producer of the show, so I do gotta add some mess. I'm sorry. Forgive me. All right. Well, this is Punk's mess. This is what he sent me in the chat. All right, this is not my mess. This is Punk's mess. Okay. All right. He sent me a post saying, "Why is divorce and single motherhood part of a woman's success story?" Can you elaborate why you sent that to me, Punk, please?
Because when you think about it, you do hear that a lot. Like, as part of the, I was a single mother, and it's like it's almost like it's
like a badge of honor, like a badge of honor.
And it's like, why is it looked at like that? When you think about it, like, that's not a good thing. So it's, I don't know.
Hold on, do we agree that that looked like a badge of honor?
I'm not saying she didn't, but that don't make it a good.
So can you ask the question again, and then can anybody, give me a little bit more understanding of the question? Because honestly, I don't understand the question, so I just want to make sure I understand.
So the question was, hold on, let me go straight to the. Was that IG? I think that was IG. Let me go straight to the IG here. Why is divorce and single motherhood often a part of a woman's success story, but marriage rarely is? That was the full. That was the full.
Okay.
I didn't like the last part because I thought marriage was a part of a success story of a man and woman. But your feelings, your thoughts. Go ahead.
I was waiting for somebody.
No. You have to repeat the question.
I don't know.
Do you agree? Hold on. Do you agree with that statement? Let's start there. Do you agree with that statement, or is that just some clickbaity type of thing?
KJ wants to respond.
Oh, go ahead, KJ.
I personally don't think that it's a badge of honor to be. I mean, okay, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. Okay, let's go there. But I think the question is geared towards those who may have some issue with the ex, and they use that as like, well, I don't need that anymore. That was a bad part of my life, and I'm doing this on my own now. I don't need X, Y, and Z. I mean, that might be true, but I personally look at marriage as a sanctified like entity. Like, I think that it's something that should be cherished and not thrown away. Now, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But to wear a badge of honor to say, oh, I'm not married anymore because that so-and-so X, Y, it's usually that is what I'm getting. Like, I see a lot of women
like
bashing
just down
their
bashing
mate. It could be a
ex,
man
okay.
bashing his woman, or a woman bashing her man, and now I don't need him anymore. So now this is, I'm happy. I'm having a divorce party, or I'm having
right, the divorce party. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really think it should be that way. But I think when it's that badge of honor, it's something between them that was so bad that they feel like, well, yeah, I'm proud to be a single mother. I don't need this person. Or I'm proud to be a single dad. I don't need this person. And it's all about feelings. It's always going to be feelings involved in that. So when that's the case, you're going to have that. That I'm proud that I'm not with that person or whoever. I guess.
What
I
you
hope
got?
I didn't confuse it.
V-Chat, you look like you was ready to say something. Okay, Punk, do you believe that that's part of a woman's success story? Divorce and single motherhood, or that's portrayed in society?
Somewhat. I mean, when you hear a lot of the stories, that's like the first things that they come with. Like, it's almost a celebrated thing, and that's
to be divorced though, or single mother, or both. You just saying both?
I'm saying both, but you do see people celebrating divorce, like, and that's wild to me. Like, what? That's wild. I think if you chose to do life with somebody, and y'all go through that much that y'all gotta get divorced, it's not like a happy moment in your life. But the way the world is set up now, that's what you see. And it's either you doing it for clicks or you really feel like that. And either way, it's just weird for me. It's just, yeah.
It was like a loss for me. Like, when I got divorced, I felt a loss. Like, even though it was bad, I still felt a loss. Like, I lost somebody. So I don't think that it should be looked upon as something positive to lose a person, a life partner that you were with for years, no matter what happened. I mean, it was still a loss to me. So I personally wouldn't look at it like that. Like, it's some sort of a prize that I won and I did this, you know, whatever you got out of that, okay. But both of y'all are not happy right now.
I personally don't know any proud divorce, single parent, or, you know, mother with kids. I don't know any female that's happy about that. I know women that have went through divorce. I know women that are single parents. None of them are proud about it. But I do see, the social media aspect of it where people are, kind of raving about that and doing the divorce parties. But to KJ's point, yeah, people, generally I feel like when you're celebrating something like that, it's because it probably ended badly and they're just happy that it's over. But I don't know, but I couldn't see somebody like really being proud and happy about that like inside. But you may show the world that, and you want the world to see that, that's how you feel. But just like KJ said, it felt like a loss. And a lot of women that I know that have went through divorces, and men too, it's not a good place to be. You, like Punk said, you get married and you devote yourself and you dedicate yourself to this person for life. That's what you're supposed to do and that's what you want to do. But when it doesn't work out, feelings are hurt, hearts are broken, and people become torn from all of that. It's a bad experience for them. So I don't know. I don't agree with it. I think it could just be something that people put out there for the world to see, but I don't know if it's 100% truly how they feel.
I think that Punk was trying to allude to like society kind of pushes that narrative. Were you Punk?
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's okay to get divorced. Yeah, get divorced. It's okay to be a single mother.
But why was the post gender specific? Because I feel like that can apply to both, right?
I don't think we see a lot of fathers like, I'm a single father, and
You don't say that. I think men want their props for being a single father.
Absolutely.
I think they do want their props for being a single.
You don't see it though. So
right, I don't see
if
a
we're
lot
talking
of,
about social media, you don't see it.
Right, I don't
like
see
you
a
see
lot
about
of men
women.
posting, I'm a single dad and this and that. Like, you don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
And I believe there's a lot more single dads in the world than we think there is. But all you see is like single mom, single mom, single mom. Like, it's not a single dad thing being pushed like it is.
I don't think the men celebrate that though. They don't celebrate.
And that's the
that.
point.
Mm-hmm.
But when women are single moms, it's almost like it's a celebrated thing. Like it's not. Why, and then make it look cool. Because on social media, if you see something enough, then people think it's cool.
I think a lot of that has to do with it being like, that's just how it's always been. I'm going to talk about sisters, We've always had to be this mother and father. In most households, that's how it was. Like, the dad wasn't present. So I think that's been just passed down and passed down and passed down to now. It looks like it's like you said, a badge of honor that, I can take care of this. I could do this. I don't need this. That's what's happening. It's been passed down generation to generation to generation. And now a lot of women, I'm not saying all, but some women feel that it's an honor to do that, to be both. Unfortunately, some of them feel they don't need that help, which...
Come get your son.
Yeah. Because I'm going to need it. If it was me, I'd be like, bruh, I'm going to need a little help.
That is what I hear, though. Like, that's not what's shown on social media, but just in real life, majority of the women that I meet, they're like, I can't raise this young man.
Yes,
I can't teach him these things. I can't show him these things. If you have a single mother, a single woman who is raising 3 girls and 1 boy, basically this young man is being raised by all women. And let's say he's the youngest, right? He's being raised by all women. So the mother is like, you know, I can't teach him this. And I hear that from a lot of my friends, coworkers, you know, all of that. They aren't prideful about it. They're not proud that they have to do this by themselves. They don't want to. But that's not the narrative that is being shown the same way that Punk said.
Why isn't that narrative being shown? Why isn't that narrative being shown though? Well, what is the like?
I don't know the algorithm.
I'm just saying.
I don't know what they're doing out here.
But I'm just saying, do you think it's by design? Do you think it's by design?
It has to. All media is by design.
Okay. All right, we can end it there then. All media is by design. Even ours. All right. Even ours. Okay. Oh, I wanted to play something. I think. Oh yeah, Punk sent me something. Oh, it's on my thing. Can you bring up your
Instagram or TikTok?
I think it was TikTok.
Something I was saying.
Mm-hmm. And I want your opinion on it.
How long ago was it?
Let me see your feed. Or maybe I sent it to you. My fault. This one here. I sent it to you because I wanted your opinion.
But something needs to be articulated to that woman in that moment that, hey, that's crossing the line.
Yeah.
Maybe I can't even articulate what line right now, baby, but you just crossed the motherfucking line.
You crossed the line. And
the silence and y'all letting it slide for whatever reasons, right? If you could be head of household all the way, right?
All that.
If I'm manipulating you out of certain stuff and getting over on you in a lot of ways,
and you lack the ability to hold me accountable.
Once you allow me to start manipulating things in the relationship, I'm going to keep doing it.
It's
and
an
then
incentive, yeah.
yes, and then if you allow me to do it enough, where even if you know I'm doing it, but you don't check it or say anything or address it, if you allow me to do it enough where I feel like I'm smarter than you, I'm getting away with some shit. Now you might be at the barbershop with your homeboy saying, "Now love thinks she getting over, but I already know."
Giving a whole backstory.
You turn me into a monster.
Yeah.
There's a respect level that's lost for you. Because my conversations with myself and in my circles have to do with me talking about how I can get over on you. I got this nigga wrapped around my face.
At some point.
Yes.
Right.
The respect.
Okay, all right, that's enough of it. All right, my question is, I had two questions with this.
Y'all ain't shit.
Hold on. First question.
That don't sound like. Go ahead with your question.
Good child.
You don't like my questions?
No, I said go with your question. Because we was trying to go off on something.
Yeah, I was. But it was two things in there that I kind of had questions for. Is letting your partner manipulate you, turning them into a monster. So like, not addressing the bad behavior, not addressing the lies, not addressing just being stoic and being quiet and just let them do them. Is that turning your partner into a monster?
No.
And hold on, I got one more question. I'm gonna let you answer both. Is she losing respect for you because you don't speak up? Go ahead, Punk.
No, it don't turn her into a monster. She was already a monster.
Okay.
And do she lose respect for you? I don't know. I feel like you would have to ask a woman that. I don't think she should lose respect because it's like, it's a catch-22. Like, you almost like, I'm too nice. But then when I'm...
Have you never heard of that?
You know, then now it's bad too. Like,
have you ever had situations where you were too nice?
Me, personally?
Personally.
Yeah, I'm always too nice until you make me not nice, and then I'm the worst person in the world.
The worst, really?
Absolutely.
I haven't seen you get that mean. All right. KJ, you had a lot of facial expressions there.
That's gonna get me in trouble. My face is horrible.
It works for me all the time. Don't worry about it.
Is letting your partner manipulate you turning them into a monster, and is he losing respect for you because you don't speak up? Because it can go both ways. It can go both ways.
I agree with Punk because if you see this door opening and you take it, you going in, you basically was gonna do that. That's who you are. I feel like if you
why would you want to take advantage of your spouse, your mate? Like, why would you want to do that?
Why would you want to go there?
Because you a monster. You ain't shit already. If that's the type of person you are, like, that's crazy.
I agree. I feel like you would do it anyway. Like, you don't need any encouragement to do that. I mean, if he's soft spoken or whatever, he's not speaking up or not getting on you about something. I mean, you still know it's wrong to do, so why do it? You should know it's wrong. So yes, that person has already got that.
They already a monster.
Yeah.
And hold on, so from what it's so what it sounds like, it's all on the other person. So there's no responsibility of you to address your partner's bad behavior. Like you're sitting here watching them lie to your face. You just supposed to be like, well, you a liar. That's who you gonna be. Do what you gonna do. It's up to you. Like.
So that's where when she said he probably be at the shop, like she thinks I'm slow and goofy, comes in, because if I addressed you once or twice and you continue to do it, yes, this is the person you are. Mm-hmm. Me not saying nothing is just saying I've made the decision that I'm okay dealing with that part of you. It don't mean that you getting away with it or you done slicked or manipulated shit. It just mean I know I'm gonna deal with you and you have the capacity to lie or whatever. You know that thing is. Like, but you not manipulating me at that point.
What if it's never addressed? What if we
that's some different shit.
So at that point, are they manipulating you because, like, or like you can know that they're lying, but you're choosing
a choice.
Right? You're making. I guess, like, are you manipulating yourself into thinking like maybe this is not who they are because you're not addressing it?
You're okay with it. It's hella shit that people do that you don't like, but you're okay with it. Nobody is perfect. It's gonna be stuff that you're gonna be like, that shit irritate the hell out of me, but I'm okay. True. Like, so that might just be one of them things. But if you think you manipulate me, that means you that type of person anyway. Yeah. And that's crazy.
But you're saying also that there are going to be some things that you're not going to deal with. And you will
absolutely.
Address. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're going to address everything. Yeah. But at some point, if I done address this thing enough times and this is just who you are and you're not going to change it, I have to make the decision if I want to deal with that. And once I do, why am I going to keep talking to you about it when you do it? That's like insane on me to let it, get to me that much if I know I'm accepting that you gonna do it. That's crazy.
Cocaine, how many times are you addressing something before it's like, okay, you're gonna continue and this can't continue?
Twice.
Whoa, shit. 3 strikes you out, huh? 2 strikes you.
I mean, some people settle for one, but I mean, being realistic for me, I will address it twice. But I don't like passiveness. And I think that when you don't respond to certain things or you don't try to address it, then you become passive in nature. So, I mean, like Punk said, like, it could be something that you just feel like, all right, well, I know what I'm dealing with. I know what I'm working with. I know what to look forward to. This is what it is. And I just choose not to respond to it or whatever the case may be. There can be situations like that where you just choose not to address it. I think it just depends on the level of whatever the issue is.
How much you care about that issue.
There are some things I'm going to repeat twice, and there are some things that I may say once. Or there are some things that I may just be like, you know what, I'm going to chop it up. I don't like it, but it's not that big of a deal to me, so I'm going to let it ride, You gotta, choose your battles.
Pick your battles. Pick your battles. I love that.
She was goofy for her while you're thinking though.
Well, I don't know if she thought like that. I think she was just explaining the situation. I don't think she was like saying this is what I do. I don't think she was saying that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it sounds hella personal. It's talking like you be on that.
Have any of you guys been in long distance relationships?
I have not.
Oh, really?
That's high school
Well, okay.
Technically,
But yeah,
yeah.
technically, yeah. V-Chat?
Yeah, in high school.
Okay, all right. Well, you're going to have to dig back to high school then.
Do we still do story time?
Story time. Yes, we do. We always good for a good story time. Story time.
For me?
Yeah. You spoke up first.
Okay, so I was dating this guy in high school.
Oh, what's happening? We telling stories about.
Right, that's what I'm talking
What's the question?
V-Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the question is pros and cons.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
so go ahead.
Oh.
Story time. Go ahead.
Story time, I was in high school. Thought this guy was the love of my life. Like, I'm going to have these mixed babies. We're going to be great. Him and his friends ran a train on a girl. He went to jail. And, yeah, that was kind of that.
Let's turn this bitch up real quick. Let's turn this bitch up.
The
All
pros,
right.
like, the pros were, like, his mom was really nice. Like, during the time that we did date it before he did whatever he did, like, his mom
We
was
ain't
really
talking about his mom. We talk about the pros and cons of the long term
distance.
part, the long distance
Oh, I don't
part.
got none.
Yeah. Oh no pros and no cons. No cons. Cons should be easy.
No pros, no. The cons, absolutely.
That's it.
He was a criminal. He was a criminal.
What's the cons?
No, of the long
situation?
distance. That him.
What are the bad things of being in a long distance relationship?
Not being
with
able
him.
to see them, I guess. Not being able to spend time. But do you really want to spend time with somebody who runs a train on somebody?
No, you don't. You don't.
Why are you doing this? Never mind. I don't.
She ain't gonna let it go.
I-
Oh, all right. That's. I mean, that's.
That was like,
We asked for a story time, and that's. Hold on, it was in high school though, so.
She was dating older than
So you
No,
was
he wasn't,
underage.
no.
You was underage too.
No.
Hold on. How was?
I was-
How was he? How was she underage?
Okay, so I was 16.
Ain't that underage?
He was 18. I don't
Ain't that underage?
we never did. I don't know. I thought we was regular. But the girl that it happened to, she was 14.
Okay, so y'all both was underage.
all these people business.
Well, she didn't say no names.
Right.
Alrighty. KJ. Can I get some? Let's get some pros of a long-term relationship. Are you in a
Long distance.
long distance relationship? Are you in a long distance relationship?
I would say yes.
Okay.
It's a 3.5 hour distance.
Yes. Yep. That's fine.
So,
Yeah.
is that not?
That's a good playlist.
No, that's long.
That's a good playlist.
Y'all got to commit to
AD.
seeing each other.
It's a good playlist and about 110 on the highway.
Yeah.
I need
it
it.
is.
So how often do y'all see each other?
We see each other, I would say like every 2 weeks.
Once every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
For a day or a couple of days?
No, I'll usually go there and he'll come to Atlanta. He lives in Savannah, which is 3.5 hours south, and I'll either go down for a weekend. I work from home Thursdays and Fridays, so I'll pack my little computer, my monitor, and go visit from Thursday and leave Sunday. And then he'll come up over the weekend, hang out and go on back about his business.
So the pros and cons.
Yeah.
The pros are the
Hold on. Let's start with the cons,
The
because those are
cons?
pretty easy.
Okay, the cons are the freaking drive, man. I don't like the drive. And the 2 weeks to me is too long.
Mhm.
So
That quality time
Yeah.
that
How
you
long
miss,
you
yes.
guys been dating?
a year.
All right.
It's only been a year.
All right, now what about pros? What are pros in a long distance relationship?
The pros are that, shoot, he's still there. It's
Hey.
like I can't do this, and
Mhm.
very
I'm
well
mad at
I
you.
could have done that,
Mhm.
But
I ain't think about that.
yeah, like, you sit there,
Right.
and the cons are too. Like, I mean, I'm the type of person, you got to show me who you are. You gonna show me eventually. And the thing is, it's like, okay, I don't know what you're doing in Savannah. You don't know what I'm doing in Atlanta. But I ain't doing nothing. I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't doing a D thing. I got a job and I work and I come
You got a
home.
couple plants and
And that's it. But the fact that this person is driving up and down the highway to come see me and hanging out with me, doing for me. We have a puppy together. It's
Aw.
like we're
Hold on, who keeps the puppy?
He keeps the puppy, and
And then
sometimes I
just
keep
brings
the
it,
puppy.
okay.
If he comes up, if he has
Oh,
to,
they co-parenting.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
co-parenting. I'm next to Ken with the puppy.
Yeah.
I feel
No, that's
like-
really a thing though. That's like a legal thing. Like with animals, like
It is.
It is.
yeah. Like I just saw an episode on Just Judy about that. Like
And they be serious.
Yes.
People love their animals.
We have a miniature schnauzer. His name is Chewy.
Not play.
But I mean, the fact that he's still around is the pro for me. Like, I mean, he could very well just be like, yeah, I can't do this.
So it sounds like it ain't really no pros for long distance.
It's like sometimes the absence can make the heart grows
Yes,
fonder.
that
So
too.
so it's like more of an anticipation when you're with the person.
Yeah.
Like it gives you more than it's like you have to take advantage of the time that you do have. So
Right.
you maybe do things that you normally wouldn't do, and it just gives you more time just to.
Punk look like.
But there's
Like, no.
there's a means to an end with this. Okay, so he was working in Savannah, but he quit his job. But he had it together where he could take a whole year off and do what he wanted to do. He's looking for work, and the fact that he's trying to look for work in Atlanta, which is
Okay.
near me, is another pro. Like, he's really putting forth the effort to say, hey, look, he ain't said it directly, but he's doing things
Actions
that are showing me, okay, you're included in this. What do you think about this? I'm going to be interviewing for a job up there. So that tells me that he's
He got a little plan.
yeah, there's a plan.
Your
So-
pros
wouldn't
are
be-
very specific to you.
You said what?
Your pros are very specific to your situation.
Okay.
So basically, there are no pros in the long distance relationship.
I feel like if there's a goal, if you guys are doing something to make that gap
Come and go.
come together, then I mean, yes, that's a pro. But if you guys are just doing this and there's no plan, then no.
No plan to come together.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not a good look. I'm not gonna do it. If you ain't showing me that there's nothing that's gonna change this situation.
What's the time frame on that? Because it's been a year.
Well,
so-
it'll be a year in June.
Punk, here you
So
go.
that you
Look
asked
at
a good
Leslie.
question.
Here you go, baby.
Because when that time comes, I will be addressing that and saying, "Hey, so it's been a year.
KJ, he
I
asked you.
already know the plan.
KJ, he asked you. I know you my sister, but he asked you a specific question, ma'am. He asked you a specific question, ma'am.
and
What's that time frame?
a year.
A year.
Ooh, we there. Clock's ticking.
That was my plan. A year.
Your plan. So
Clock's ticking.
That was-
All right,
No, we have not, because he's doing things already to show me that I'm in his plans, but he has not physically said with his mouth.
But you ain't told him your plan. either.
But he already know my plan. I said, look, I'm looking to get married. I'm not doing a boyfriend. I'm too old to be somebody's girlfriend. He already know that. He already know I want to be married.
Punk was
So-
talking about the plan.
The
He was
1
talking
year.
about the He was
The
talking
1
about
year,
the.
he don't know that. He don't have to know that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead, Punk.
Why?
Because that's my time frame. I don't know what his time frame is. He gonna
That's
know what
why
mine
he
is.
should know yours. So he could have already been making up in his mind if that was part of his time frame.
Well, if it ain't, then we will find out.
That ain't a lot of time for him to have to make a decision.
It's gonna have
You
to
done
be.
had a whole year to make your decision. He gonna have
Well, what the
a
heck you
month?
been? What the heck he been doing all this time? I hope you was doing something.
What he been thinking
Not
about?
knowing your plan because you ain't told
Y'all know
him.
how they say
You don't think
it
that's
don't
something to
take a
communicate?
man
No.
that long, right?
Ooh,
I'm just saying
this was
what
one of
they
the
say.
topics too. Yeah,
They
this
be
was
saying
one of the topics
this.
too.
Who they are, I don't know.
So that means you
But-
don't have to communicate.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm only saying, I'm asking you, like, what does that mean? Because they say
Ooh,
that.
can I
So
answer? Can
this
I
is-
answer?
Go ahead, Deuce.
No, I want you to go first.
So
I
this
can
is the
pass to you.
thing with, I guess, this specific situation. He has a plan, which she's saying. So he knows if she's saying he's taking these steps that he hasn't verbalized, but she can see the actions. Clearly, he has a plan. So he knows what it is that he want to do. But to not communicate
her timeline.
that you have a timeline
It's like
and
unfair.
even give me. It is unfair because
you gotta let me
you
know.
got a whole year to decide, and you gonna give me what 2
I'm
weeks?
with
Because
you.
it's a year, buddy.
I'm with you.
What we doing?
I feel like what
It's
KJ,
like, oh,
I feel like
shit.
what KJ is saying is that her timeline is already been worked. Because he's already showing these things. Like, and sometimes actions speak louder than words. I don't have to tell you, like, hey, I'm finna move up here, I'm finna marry you, because I'm showing you.
Changing the narrative.
No, I'm not. But that's what she's saying. Like, he's already doing things. So she's just, and she said at a year
That has
time,
nothing to do
she's
with
going
him
to
not
address. She's going to address it. Like, hey, it's been a year. What are we doing? How are we moving forward?
So
She's not saying at a year she's going to be like, okay, it's been a year. You're done. Bye, buddy. Like, bye, bucko. She's saying, like, at a year, she's
So
going
how
to
much
address
time
it.
after you address it do he have?
Well, at that point, okay, it's been a year. Let's
It's
include
been a
year. And we've gotten to know each other. I haven't seen any red flags yet. I don't know if he's seen any, because if he has, he hasn't, like you said, he hasn't expressed it to me. He hasn't said anything like that. But at that point, I will hope that he would know what the heck he wants to do. Seeing as though he's showing me a lot of things. But how should I say, I am a closure type person. And I like to know exactly what it is that you're going to be doing at this point.
So even though neither one of y'all have seen any red flags, so you have nothing to think about like, ooh, I don't know if I want to deal with that. Like, that was a red flag. But he hasn't expressed any, and y'all only see each other twice a month for a few days. That's still enough to know, like, yeah.
For me, it is.
So let me ask a question. Ju, I know you be ready to move on.
No, we
But let's-
cooking, baby. We
Like, let's
cooking.
cooking.
We cooking.
So if he is,
And by the way, we in our 50s, just so y'all know.
Hold on, you.
If-
Oh yeah, you said y'all took y'all 50s.
if this
Early
gentleman
50s. Early
is
50s.
showing you, but he didn't verbalize it, right? And I've learned sometimes that, you know, we all know people can say whatever they want to say, but sometimes the action items are what we should look at as well. If he's showing you and communicating with you also what his plan is, and it includes you, and he's looking for places you're in Atlanta, right? In Atlanta. Why the timeline? Because it's already there. He's already said. So it's almost like, why add the extra pressure? Because he told you already. I'm planning to do this already. I want to be close to you. And maybe he didn't say those specific words, but he put his boot to ground. He's looking for a job where you are. So to give him that timeline is like, almost like to say, well, you're not doing enough. But he's showing you that, baby, this is it. I'm trying it, and this is what I'm doing. So you're going to give him a timeline now, like, TikTok,
Well,
you ain't moving fast
Don't
enough.
stop.
You know.
Okay, that makes both what you're saying makes sense, but I guess it's me. I'm the closure person, and I just gotta know.
But
That's
but
fine that you
sis,
gotta
It's almost
know.
like you do know.
But give
It's
him
almost like you
give
know
him the
already.
courtesy
Yeah.
to know
That
that you got a time that you want to know by.
Yeah.
Because
So-
then maybe he can
Hold on.
can do what he needs to do or figure out whatever because he might not feel like he know in a year, especially with the distance.
And he's looking
Because
for
y'all
work.
don't
If he's
see-
looking
for
for
a job in
time.
Atlanta, he
Right.
knows.
And maybe he want to look for a good job because he know that he wants to make a certain amount of money. He wants to have a good job. He wants to have good benefits, insurance, and all of that stuff. You know, that stuff take time. So
Not to
sometimes
gang
you
up
gotta
on
give him a little
KJ.
grace.
No.
Not to gang up
this
on
is
KJ.
Good. This is good stuff
but-
because
KJ, you can't say I'm the closure person. I need to know, but then you don't communicate what he should know. You know what I'm saying? You can't say I need to know.
But he already know. I already
You said-
expressed to him what I want.
Well,
He
you
know
didn't.
what
You
I
didn't
want.
tell him it was a year.
he trying to
You
move
didn't tell him
forward.
it was a year. You did not
Because he
tell.
knows.
You did not tell him it was a year. You was like, you just like left it open. I think if you would
When
have,
did you know you had this timeline? Because I feel like you don't walk into it like, oh, I got a year. At some point, you like the person enough that it's like, all right, I know I like you. I would want to get to this point and get married. So, but we need to figure this out within this year. At what point did you know that? Like, how many months in did you know that?
I'm gonna say right now, when I met him, When
You
I
knew.
met him.
You know.
But I said, look, I'm not playing here. I'm too
That
old
was a setup.
to be out here boyfriending and girlfriending. I'm ready to be married. I'm looking for a husband.
That's still
If that's what you
general.
want,
That's still general. Though.
then let's do it. And he agreed.
So you knew at that moment you had that 1 year timeline. So why would you not give him the courtesy of knowing that? Because maybe he would have been
moving
doing
faster.
some of these things
Maybe he might
quicker
have been
than he has now. You said he had money put up to do whatever he wanted to for a year. So maybe after 6 or 7 months, he could have been like, all right, now let me start focusing on this because we have this timeline.
So basically, what you guys are saying is that I need to give him time to get himself together a little bit.
You need to give him
If you have a
transparency.
timeline,
You need to
yes.
give him transparency.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You got to give him transparency.
But so you guys don't think the conversation needs to be had at this point after a year?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are you talking about?
It needs to be
yes.
11 months ago.
No, I'm saying that now that I'm waited a year, it sounds like.
Right, I honestly don't think that KJ is saying like at this year mark, I'm going to be like deuces.
No, that's
I
not the
think
case.
it's like at the year mark, it's like okay, well, hey, what are we doing
What
here?
are we
like,
doing? Like, is
how
this...
do you see yourself doing this? Not like, hey, okay, you're not moved here by day 365.
Yeah, no,
You're out the door. I don't
So
think that's
what?
it.
And that was why I asked, what's that time frame? Once you say,
So once you talk
what
to
we
him.
doing here? How many? What's the time window he has to say, all right, this what I want. I'm moving up here, and we doing this.
At that point, if he says that's what he's doing and it's for us, me and him, and he's like, okay, I'm doing it so I could get myself together so we could do this marriage thing.
Mm-hmm.
If he says that, then that's what it is. I don't. There's no time frame at that point.
I kind of
I
understand
just think
sis now. I kind of understand
I
sis
just think
because
no, because I'm too
you want him to do it on his own. You want him to do it on his own. You don't want no influence over his decision.
No.
You don't want you want him to truly move at his own pace the way he want to move, and I can respect that. I can respect the no pressure approach of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's pressure out there, yeah, Mark.
I was gonna say I feel like it is pressure when you give them a timeline. That's just my opinion.
So maybe
like
she-
she
this
said,
is
you're
what
not
I-
thinking
this is
she's
what I
giving
think
him
she's
a
really
time.
saying.
But I don't think
You
at the
just
year
wanna
mark
know.
she's giving him a time. I don't think at the year
Yeah.
mark she's giving him a
So
timeline.
it's-
I
You
just
just
think at
want
the year mark
clarification.
she's want clarification as to like
Yeah.
what
What
it
we
is
doing
we're
now.
doing. So at that point it's like okay,
It's
yeah,
the
like I'm with you.
check-in.
Where are we?
It's the
Yeah,
check-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took us to
okay,
the
so you
ring
don't-
around the rosy.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
I was at the year mark. You got you really out.
that wasn't it.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, so
We got it. We
A
got
check-in,
it.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
That's okay.
My bad. Maybe I didn't come off explaining it right, but yeah.
You did, but
You
Punk
did.
always just go
But
left when you
sometimes
go
we
right.
just need to.
Hey,
we need to
hey,
go.
hey.
Always go left when you going right.
what that mean is she ain't going nowhere.
Right.
That's
Basically.
what that means. She ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. You good, cuz. Move at your own speed.
Right.
As long as you moving.
As long as you move it in the right direction. In the right direction. Anything? Hold on. Punk, you had anything on your mind? Or?
No, not that I can think of at the moment. We've been having good conversations, so all my
I'm scared to go deep, but should
Yeah,
I go
go.
deep?
Go
Okay.
ahead. At least one time.
How? Okay. What are ways? No, get myself. What are ways to help? Look, I can't do shit serious. You can't do shit serious with niggas, man. Every time you want to get serious, a nigga got a joke. I promise you,
This is on me, man.
man.
Shit, my
Shit serious. All right, look, I'm gonna go to a different question now.
Come on, we serious. We serious now.
sorry.
Everybody.
My bad.
Come on, be
Okay.
serious.
What are some healthy boundaries to set in a relationship? Cocaine. I see that braid going.
Did you? Because I was thinking really hard.
Yeah, that braid was going. Does anybody want to go first? I don't want to put nobody on blast.
Healthy boundaries. Wow.
Because at the end of the day,
But they gotta eat.
we are all individuals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, combining our lives with somebody else. You know.
I think that's a healthy boundary right there. The understanding that.
Okay, let's go.
You know, you are you, and I am me.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
But what comes with that? What comes
I
with
mean,
that
we have
individualism as a human? What comes
the
with that?
understanding that we have our own individual lives outside of us just being together. You know, just understanding that, like, being understanding in general is a huge, like, boundary, I guess you can say, because you can understand different aspects of your partner in different ways that your partner have. But, you know, before you get into a relationship with someone, you are who you are, and you have your hobbies, you have your work, you have things that you enjoy doing. You combine that with another individual, that should still remain, you know, outside of, we gonna do us, right? But baby, I'm gonna go ahead and do this because this is what you know I have been doing prior to that, and there shouldn't be any bumping heads because that's what I've chosen to do or that's what you have chosen to do. That to me is like a boundary that I think sometimes go unnoticed, or it does become misunderstood, and it does create some sort of friction within the relationship.
I think with that boundary comes compromise.
Agreed.
Because if, okay, I'm single, I get with you, me and my girls go out every Friday. Once I'm in a relationship, I'm expected, you know, of course I'm still going to go out with my friends sometimes, but if I'm still going out every single Friday, then we're missing something here, because I want to be able to lock in with you. You know what I'm saying? We both work Monday through Friday. So at the end of the week, there's no reason why I shouldn't want to sometimes decompress with you, sit in the house, chill, cook, watch movies. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I want you to still understand, like, some Fridays, it's non-negotiable. Like, I'm still going to go out with my friends because that's a part of me that I had before you.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a compromise.
I agree with that. It's compromise, and it's also that communication too, though. Like, if you communicating with I think it's different levels though, because because I see Punk shaking his head, but
I just disagree with I shouldn't be able to go out once a week because I'm in a relationship.
I believe that. So when
why do I have to compromise that?
No, I'm not saying one day a week.
Like, of course, every single day when I get off work and come home. So
that may not all the time. That may not be the case.
To myself,
right? But in a new relationship,
once a week, that shouldn't be a big deal.
No, well, I'm not saying that you can't go out once a week, but I'm just saying just repeat it every Friday. Sometimes it could be
you can have a Thursday.
Well, you can still have your time once a week if you choose to. Is what I'm saying. But just say, like, it's a Friday.
You think that should change?
I'm not saying it should change. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, when you have somebody, it's like, hey, babe, I if you make plans like early on, like, hey, on Friday I want to take you on a date. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, that's girls' day.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, you know, I can move that around. That's what I'm saying. Like, things can be moved around. I'm not saying, like, don't have your time. I'm not saying don't have your time. Don't do you.
That's not how you presented it.
I said
you presented it like, I do this every Friday, and I'm not gonna do it every Friday because.
Okay, well, maybe I should.
I'm in a relationship now, and it's like,
no,
you still should be able to go. Yes,
you said it was a miss.
Something's missing if I'm still doing this every Friday, and it's like, why is something missing? Y'all just said absence make the heart grow fonder. So if your once a week is going out, like, then what's the miss?
But I'm saying you can still go out once a week. But if there's some weeks where you don't go out that one time a week, it's not a big deal. It's not saying like
if you made that choice. But to say you compromising to do that, why? That's like, this is not what I want to do, but I'm compromising because this is what you want me to do.
I think it is a compromise there. I think it's a
compromise.
I'm saying, why would you have to compromise? Like, why? If you make the decision that you don't want to go out this day, that's not a compromise. Mm-hmm. That's just a choice you made that you didn't want to go out that day. Mm-hmm. You only compromising when the other person don't want you to do it, and you saying, no, I'm not going to do it.
So, Punk, are you saying that do what you want to do? If that's what you want to do it.
No, I'm saying continue to
That's
be
what he's
you.
saying.
If you go out once a week and that's your time, because I know me personally, if I don't went to work all week, I want to go out at least once a week.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like it's a compromise, or I should have to compromise that. Or my wife shouldn't have to compromise that. Like, going out once a week is not a bit, you gone 6 hours or something.
Maybe compromise was the wrong
like
word.
that.
Maybe just say sometimes like your activity changes, like your movement changes. Sometimes things just change. Like I said,
Yeah,
if you just
wanted
decide
to,
right.
cool. I
Right.
ain't saying you can't change, but if you wanted to, not because you feel like you
You
gotta compromise.
have to, yeah. True. Okay, I see what you're saying. Like not because you feel like you have to, but because you want to.
KJ, what you think?
I kind of want to ask you, when you said if you don't miss a Friday, that you feel like you're missing something. Something you said.
She
you
said
missed
some
that.
Fridays are like.
No, she said if I continue to go out every Friday, then me and you missing something.
Yeah.
Like something's
Yeah.
missing.
So I
guess for me, like I don't feel like I'm missing anything. Like I just feel like if every Friday like there's like if like my partner is actively saying like, hey, let's hang out, let's spend time. I'm just like, oh no, like I'm going out with my girls tonight. Like I'm just actively like dismissing my partner's like advances to like spend time with me. You know what I'm saying? Not
And
saying
that
like
too is not a compromise though. That's a choice.
Okay,
that
maybe
you're
okay,
saying,
wrong word.
we
Wrong
ain't
word.
hit
Hold
you
on,
right.
hold on. Why you say that's not a compromise if she decides to stay in because her partner?
No, that's what
asking to?
she's saying. If her partner asks her to, and she's like, "No, I'm still going out with my girls,"
Mhm.
that's where something's missing. Then that's not a compromise. Like you making a choice that you getting on my nerves right now. No, I'm not staying in the house with you or whatever. I'm finna go kick it with my girls. You used the wrong word because you said compromise, and there's no compromise in none of those situations.
Oh, what is it?
You making a choice. Like you making a choice. A conscious decision.
okay, so
that's
if
what you
I
wanna
choose
do.
not to go out every Friday
But
because
I think
want
that
to
I
be
feel like
touched,
that's compromise. Like
To me, it's only compromise if that's what I want you to do.
so it's
if
not
I'm not-
compromise if like I'm just thinking like, oh, you know, like let me
you-
lock in with like
If
me
you-
and my guy both work 40-something hours. We worked 40 hours this week. We really ain't had time to lock in. Like let me not go out tonight because like I want to lock in with my guy. Like
Yeah,
it's
not
almost
a-
it's a
you
compromise.
say that's
because
not a
of-
compromise?
I feel like it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't
I don't
think
think it
it's a
is. I
choice
think
you're
it's a choice.
making. If I didn't say, "Hey, baby, I want you to stay in with me. We done had a long week, whatever,
Okay.
da 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 da," and
Okay.
then you said, "Well, I was supposed to do, but now I'm gonna stay in with my." Yes, that's a compromise.
Right.
But for you to feel like this is just what I want to do
Yeah.
because
It's
I
a
feel
choice.
this way, that's a choice that you're making.
Okay, I get what you're
And
saying.
I've
I
been
get what
there,
you're
and that's
saying.
why I can
Yeah.
agree because if my man want to spend time with me, I'm about to spend time with my man. Like, yes, let's go. That's just what it is. But it's not a
It's not a
really
compromise because that's what you want.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like when you do get into relationships, you know, you're with someone, and sometimes you kind of veer that way anyway. It's like you want to be with them a little bit more. Your behavior kind of change a little bit more because you're working
'Cause
towards
that's what you
something,
want to do.
and that's what you want to do. So that, and nothing like against like hanging out with your girls every week or your guys or however it may be.
Don't
But
act like you doing me
I-
no favors.
I
Compromise.
personally,
Oh my
I
God,
want to
shut
be,
up.
I want to be with my man. So
Exactly. You
that's
wanna
that's
spend
where
time
I'm
with
gonna
me,
be
you
at,
can't
and
compromise.
there is no compromising in that for me.
They can hear you.
I
I don't
can't.
care. I don't care. Just letting you know.
Did anybody else have anything to say?
I must concur.
You gonna concur? No, Grace.
She said because when Savannah meet Atlanta, baby,
It's over with. It's over
I'm on
with.
D&D.
I heard that. Okay. Can't look like How much is like too much going out when you in a relationship or married? Is there a number, or it just depends on the relationship? Well, I know everything depends on the relationship, so we can't use that as a cop out. Well, what is too much going out?
Once a week.
You say that's too much?
He petty. He being petty right now.
What you talking about? Because you want your once a week. What
petty
you
right
talking
now.
about?
Because you want your once a week. Because you going out for your those 6 hours once a week. So
Right,
you go
you
out too
said-
much.
He gonna get his time.
That one was about 6 hours.
That's it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Let me go to KJ. How much is too much going out? If just from you personally.
And y'all living
personally.
together.
Y'all living together, yup. Yeah.
So,
Or at least y'all live in the same city.
No, y'all living together. Fuck that. Y'all living together. Girl.
this is a tough one for me. I don't know. I can't.
Go out as much as you want. Go out as much as you want. Do whatever you want. You cool. Do whatever you want. Go ahead. No, do you. Come on. Give me some answers.
I don't know. Twice a week?
That's too much, or that's like the limit? Like, okay, you good at two.
I think that's the
you good.
limit.
You good at twice a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's fair.
Okay. Cocaine?
Without me?
Yeah, without you.
Never.
Yeah, without you.
I don't know. I guess I can go with more than twice.
Yeah, you don't care.
Just depending on. I do care. I really do care because I don't go out all the time a lot either. Anyways, and I don't want a partner that go out like that either. Without me, like so
we go out 5 times a week.
But
4 times a week by yourself.
I think it depends on the nature of what's going on, right? Because sometimes you never know. Like depending on who you're with, there may be certain events that you have to attend. There may be certain things that you have to do. So like if you're going out with your guys, all right, 2 times is almost is pushing it for me. One
yeah, like 1.5, like 1.5, 1.5.
Because if you think
yeah, 1.5, 1.5, yeah, 1.5.
If you think about it,
Birthdays
you got you work 5 days a week. For those that have a regular schedule, you work 5 days a week. If you go out twice a week, when are we going out, right? If we go out on the weekend, but then you have to consider things like, okay, you might have church, or you might have kids, you might have family that you need to spend time with. So putting all of those things, like the totality of the entire situation, it's like you and I have what time. And not to say like, oh, I'm with you when I get home from work, because when you get home from work, you tired and I'm tired too. So
what if your partner work a second job?
Then you should be too tired to go outside.
Whoa!
So it's okay for your partner to work a second job.
I'm kidding.
She's joking. Come on.
Relax.
No, I'm being serious.
Let him go. Let him go.
Serious question.
Let him
What
go.
if your partner got a second job?
What if he got a second job?
Are you okay with him having to work 5 days a week at a second job?
5 days a week.
4 days? No, 3 days a week.
2 jobs, those 3 days.
No, he got a 9 to 5. 5 days out the week, and then he got a job. He worked 3 days out the week.
He's switching the question on me, and my brain is just not. I don't work 5
She ain't
days
fall-
a week.
she ain't falling in her- she ain't
And
falling for
12
your
hours
traps.
each day.
He got 2 jobs.
I'm
One he
kidding.
worked 5 days, the other one he worked 3 days.
Why is he working a
that
second
okay?
job?
Why does that matter?
Come on, because
But it
now we
matters.
created now.
Yeah,
we are creating a
I
situation.
just want to
did
know
that,
what's the
though.
real reason that you would have an issue with somebody going out 3 times.
I didn't say 3. I said 2, and I said 2 was actually pushing it, but I'm not necessarily
so 3,
saying
you
that
definitely got a problem with it, right?
because my concern is, where do I fit in? And that's why I put the whole totality of everything. Because a lot of times you think about people who have kids, and I'm adding things, right? Of course, right? This is like one of those what if situations.
And that's why I'm only asking because are you okay with where do you fit in if this person has other activities or other, like say they got another job and they work in 3 days, or they have they're a basketball coach, so they have to do that 2 days out the week, or whatever it is. Like, are you okay with that because you're still not getting your time? And where do you fit into that if they're doing things for their self anyway?
So with you adding those things, it's like we're talking about something that's a little bit more lucrative than, we just finna go out with the guys and we finna go out drinking or something.
Lucrative in what way?
Or something that's beneficial. Something that's more meaningful. Like if you're coaching a game or you're working a second job, like of course I'm going to be supportive of that.
Meaningful
right?
to who?
To him,
Just
because
In
that's what
whose
he
mind?
wants to do. If he's doing it, then
If I'm going out with my guys
who
2
is
days
it
a
meni-
week,
who is it meaningful to?
who's deciding that that's not meaningful to me?
I'm not saying that it's not. That
But
is just
you
my
just said
but
that's
that's
more
my
meaningful.
perspective, right? That's my perspective. It's not to say that it's not as meaningful to him or not. It could be, right?
But-
Him going out with his guys may be what he needs.
But you're not okay
And
with that.
I'm not saying that.
That's what you just said.
What I'm
2 days a
saying-
week is too much.
I said that's pushing it, but I'm not against it though.
So what are you against?
Guys twice a week?
What do
I'm
you
asking.
mean?
I'm asking.
If it's meaningful to me, if it's my release,
Okay,
if
so let's
whatever
say
the case
okay, so let's
is,
go there.
that's like asking me, why do you coach this?
So
Because you trying to
let's go
figure out
there.
why it's meaningful for you, or how you're looking at what I'm doing instead of how it makes me feel, because it's my outside activity.
Is it not okay? Is it not okay for a woman to feel like, if I don't want an outside dude,
What
right?
is-
If you're outside all the time, and I'm not saying 2 times, it's all the time.
Let her
but
finish, Punk.
what I'm saying is, if you're outside all the time and that's what you want to do, then cool, that's what you want to do. But that's something that we learned in the beginning, right?
outside as outside the house?
Okay.
That's why I'm
Okay,
asking these
so-
questions, because when you say outside, I might go to my friend's house
When I say
2-3 days
outside,
a week.
I think it means outside the house.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
okay.
are you
Outside
okay
the
with? Are
house,
you
period.
really okay
No,
with me
no.
coaching this basketball
So
team
let me
3 times a?
let me
You know.
define my outside, because I use that term a lot.
Mhm.
When I say outside, it's like, you in the streets, you outside, not coaching. You're not at a part-time job. You're not
clocked
outside the
nowhere.
house. You're not on the
clock
porch.
somewhere. Yeah.
You're not on the porch.
You free. You.
But if I'm at
it's-
my friend's house, I'm outside.
Yeah, you free.
If you at the club, let's do that.
You
If
don't.
you at the club,
Hold on,
let's
cocaine.
just
You
do
don't
that.
consider at the friend house outside. I think
mean,
that's
yeah.
outside because I don't know where you at.
But you might need to spend time with. You might need.
I
to
still don't
with your
know where
boy.
you at. You
But
ain't
not
clocked
3
nowhere.
days a week.
I can't go back and be like, what
I
are you
stop
at this
at
point?
2.
So
You
that's
keep
what.
coming to me with 3. I don't
And
know
that's
who
why I'm
said
trying
3.
to. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the too many days? If it's 3, and what is the reason? Is there some reason you created in your mind that's like, this person shouldn't be doing this because it means this?
No.
It has to be, because if it's meaningful, you're okay with it. But if you think it's not meaningful being outside, you're not okay with it.
So,
You know the answer
well,
to
let
that
me know
question.
this then. If that's what you're saying, if you're out at the club and you're drinking and you're partying with your boys, what meaning are you getting out of that? Because
That's for
you're
me.
inebriated. Okay, but explain to me what
And who
is
said that
meaningful
I'm
about
doing
it.
all that? Because I go out
But
with my
that's,
boys.
but
We
that's
might
what I'm
have a
asking
poker
you.
night
I'm
where
asking
we
you
just.
something specific. The same way that you're being specific with me, I'm being specific with you, right? Because we're not talking about a part-time job. We're not talking about coaching. You laid it on me like that.
Yes,
so
we're
if
talking
you're
about what makes me
specifically,
feel
if you're
good.
okay, so what is if that's what make you feel good? What's the you talking about the meaning of something?
That is the meaning of it.
Because
hanging
it
out
makes
with,
you feel good to be
Yes.
outside at the club drinking.
If
So
I'm
that's-
with my,
that's the benefit.
if I'm with my friend
Okay.
and we're hanging out, having drinks, talking about whatever we talking about, yes, that's meaningful to
And
me.
there's nothing wrong with that, but that doesn't have to work for me. And there's nothing that was created in my mind
So
to
the
make it seem
meaningful
like,
part gotta make sense to you, not to me.
because yeah.
Wow.
What's the
I
wow?
mean,
What
to
you
me,
mean?
because now you're dictating what I should be able to do
But
and
I'm
what should be
not, though.
meaningful to me. Because you're okay with saying you can go coach a basketball team 3 days a week because I feel like it's meaningful.
Mhm.
You don't care how it makes me feel inside
Mhm.
as long as you're okay with it.
Mhm.
Because I could get that same feeling hanging out with my friends. Maybe it's like therapy
And
for him
you
and he get the
can-
release to me
you
and I'm
can,
helping him in a
and
way.
he can
But you're gonna feel
do
like,
that
nah, it ain't
with
enough meaning to
someone
it.
else.
And that's wild.
It
That's
doesn't,
wild.
but it doesn't.
And low key controlling.
It's not
Because
though, because
as
if that's what my man wanted to do, I first of all, we talked about this beforehand, right? when you talk about having your individual lives, right? You are who you are before you get with someone. So if you are that way prior to us getting together, I know that I can make that decision right then and there.
But what is that?
Whether
way?
or not if you want to be at the
It's not
club
about-
and you want a club,
So
and
for
that's the
you-
same thing that men do to women, right?
So for you, it's not about
Do
being
they
out.
not?
It's not about being outside the house.
Do they not?
It's not about spending time
they
with
not?
you. It's about what you're doing with that time that you're not spending it with me. And rather, I feel like I'm okay with it.
No. You're not gonna do that.
She said, "Nah, she."
Tell the truth. That's
No.
literally what you're saying. I'm okay with you doing something I think is meaningful. I'm not okay with it if I don't
Well,
like it.
I'll say this, like I was saying before. When you meet someone, you can make that decision right then and there. What you choose to
Women
do.
terms. I
But
gotta
are
do what you want me to do
men
and
not
be
the
okay
same?
with it.
You're putting words in
make
my
sense.
mouth because that's not what I said.
If I'm not, you don't. If I'm not, you're gonna leave.
We ain't together because I knew that when I met you. So
But what
that's
did
a
you, that make
decision
you
that
a
I
bad
decided.
person? Does that make him a bad person?
No.
What does it make him?
It
That's
makes
what I'm
him
trying to
who he
figure out. What's the
is.
gripe?
But not for her.
You're making it a gripe, not me.
It
I'm
is
not
if you.
making it a gripe. It's not a gripe to me. People are who they are, and you are entitled to do whatever it is that you choose to do with your life. When I meet you and we're dating,
What's different?
and
than
if that's
going
what
to
you
the club
decide to do
and going to
while
coach
we're
a
dating,
basketball
I can
team?
make that decision right then and there and say, you know what? That ain't what I'm on.
Okay,
That's the same thing that we talked about in the beginning.
just to break up y'all back and forth. Like, go ahead and ask your question.
What's different than you go out 3 days a week and you
Mhm.
go coach a basketball team 3 days a week?
And then I'm gonna just respond just to break up y'all a little back and forth. I think the basketball team thing is more of a contribution to like the community. It's affecting more people. It's more tangible in a broader base. And the club part is just more individual fulfillment, you know. And I think that's where kind of maybe the difference is that you guys are kind of saying.
But
Or
what
not
is the,
saying.
I guess my thing is, if it's for me,
Mhm.
what does it matter who it's affecting to you?
I
because
think-
it's for me.
But I think certain people are attracted to certain things, right? And certain qualities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the type of person of I need this self-fulfillment, you know, that might come off as a little selfish rather than coaching a basketball team where it's like I'm having fulfillment into pouring into the community or pouring into these kids or pouring into these parents, helping them out. I think maybe that there's like an attractiveness to one and not the other of that quality.
And I feel like that could be a catch-22 because what if that person is a teacher?
What do you mean?
What if that person is a teacher, but am I not helping the community? Am I 9 to 5 every day? But because I go to the bar, now that changed what I do. Like,
I don't think it changes. I just think that there is a certain attribute that somebody is going to be attracted to or not.
so are you not attracted? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You
Go ahead.
trying to get
Go ahead,
in there for a
KJ.
while.
I mean, I guess at this point, regardless of the actual activity,
Mm-hmm.
I think that there has to be some form of like there has to be a trust thing in there somewhere
Thank you.
where you have to kind of like trust
Thank you.
that this person, whether they out at the club or doing whatever it is they're doing, that
Coaching.
gives them fulfillment,
Mm-hmm.
that they are not being dishonest or behaving wrong or disrespecting the marriage or the union or the...
Is it a trust thing or is it a like environmental type of thing, right?
I'm gonna go with environmental, but I'll let you finish.
Right. Well, you could go ahead because that's where I was kind of going. Like, you know, your environment kind of dictates what happens around you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, go ahead. Go
That's
ahead.
like,
Okay.
KJ, remember when you just said when we were talking about in the beginning and I think you asked the question about have you ever lost friends because of, you know, however the question when we talked about the journey
Elevated,
and
yeah.
elevating.
Mhm.
and things of that nature. So if you meet someone and you see that they're not on that journey or they're not going where you're trying to go, then you would just remove yourself from that. You just won't engage within that situation. You won't be with that person. So that's how I'm looking at the question that was
so
asked.
You're saying initially, like, if you see that this is what this
that's
person
what I've
will
been
be
trying
doing,
to say.
that I'm gonna exit left because that's not what
not
I want.
what
You're
I'm
not
doing.
attracted to that.
So we wouldn't even have to have that conversation. It wouldn't be any debate about it. So you
no
can
matter
go
how much you like that
and
person
coach
and their
and
other
you can
attributes,
go and go out and you can do whatever it is you want to do, and that's okay. Whatever you need to do to fulfill what you feel like needs to be fulfilled, then have at it, because that's what I want for you.
Okay, but let's just say that, okay, in the beginning, that's not what he was really doing in the beginning.
Okay, yeah, because this happens.
And he does start going out with friends and, you know, doing what gives him fulfillment. At that point, do you think it would have to be a trust issue? Or, you know, there would have to be some trust to say, okay, he's got friends, he's, you know, starting to go out with his friends or whatever. I'm going to have to
trust has not left my mouth at all within this conversation. Trust is it's not an issue. To me, it is more so about where we're going. So if we started off one way and then you decide to, obviously, because we become different people as we continue to grow, right? We want different things. We meet different people. We start engaging and liking different things within our lives. So that's when you start deciding where this relationship is going. Just like you talked about the 1 year mark, right? You want to know what's happening. So then you have that conversation with your person and you try to find an understanding of, okay, what's going on? What are we doing? And that's just from my perspective. That's how I feel about it. What you got, Punk?
Yeah, go ahead, Punk.
See you over there.
I don't see it.
That middle
I just feel like you're
is
trying to dictate my time and how I utilize it. Either you okay with how I need to get my release and you're okay with me getting my release, or you not. Because either it's about we're not spending time together or it's about something else. Because either of those scenarios, we're not spending time together. Whatever it is that I'm doing. So
I'm not in disagreement with you at all. I don't disagree with what you're saying.
I don't think one or the other changes the character of the person. Just me personally, like,
and I think
a person is who they are because you like to go to the club. I don't think that changed whatever trajectory.
I don't think nobody said that though. That it changes who, you know what I'm saying? I just said that I think that some people are attracted to that quality and some people find it unattractive.
I've known people that have been in relationships and for an extended amount of time, and that's just like when people get married. You're one way prior to you getting married, and then when you get married, you're somebody completely different, and you're like, oh, this is not who I met before, and you're not doing the things that you were doing before, and then it just changes everything. So prior to getting married, you're dating someone. That is the fine time to gather that understanding and that knowing of that individual, and you can make that decision to walk away if you feel like, okay, this isn't working. And I think it's okay. If I want to go out with my girls 3 times a week and who I'm dating doesn't like it, and I'm like, well, take it or leave it, and he decides to leave it, that should be okay. Because it don't stop where you are. And the same thing goes for a man. If that's what he want to do, cool. And he like, baby, this not cool with me. Like, this is what I want to do right now. Okay, and we should be able to divide equally and just and calmly with no issue.
Calmly with no issue.
So it's not about the time; it's about what you're doing with the time.
For me, yes.
All right. Alrighty, episode 91. We got into our flow a little bit. Into our flow a little bit. Tensions rise. Any last remarks?
See y'all next week.
Oh.
You say he just getting
big
warmed
statement.
up.
Big statement there, sir. B-Chat, you got anything?
No.
All right, congrats on your job.
Thank you.
KJ.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
KJ. Anything else?
No, I'm good. This was
You want to
fun.
promote the business?
Promote the business?
I mean,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
want
get y'all some Miss Pancakes out there.
to. Miss Pancakes.
www.misspancakes.com.
All right. Miss Pat. Is that with an S or a Z?
Do you should?
It's a Z. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's a Z.
let's get it right now.
I can.
Okay. Follow her on IG. Cocaine, anything? Want to promote anything?
No.
Anything happening in the community or anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right.
This was fun.
Yes.
Always is.
Yes. Missed you guys.
Montana
Missed you
told me to
guys.
tell y'all she missed y'all too.
Oh,
And she said she'll be here in 2 weeks.
Really?
She said tell them I'll be there in 2 weeks.
I hope she's serious. I hope she's serious.
Let me stop. We don't own no rights. I'm sorry.
No, we don't own no rights. Let's get it. Let's shape up. Peace out.